1440. Good morning. It's Thursday, May 28th. We're covering locust swarms in India, protests in Minneapolis, and listening to narwhals talk to each other. Fun. Need to know. 100,000 deaths. The U.S. passed 100,000 confirmed coronavirus deaths yesterday afternoon, according to researchers compiling data from local, state, and federal health agencies at Johns Hopkins University. The current total stands at 100,442 deaths, with 1.7 million total cases as of this morning. Deaths rose 1.5% since yesterday morning. But it still is a number that's in doubt as long as hospitals are counting comorbidities as coronavirus deaths. Despite yesterday's surge, deaths and cases in the U.S. have been trending downward, with daily deaths falling under 700 for 3 of the past 4 days. See a moving 3-day average here. Public health officials warn the virus may accelerate if activity returns to normal levels too quickly. Blah, blah, blah. But, warning, yes, good. That's all they should be doing. They should just be warning. Sit back and hand out your warnings. This infographic provides a comparison of each state's cases and current reopening status. Washington, D.C. became one of the final spots in the country to lift its initial stay-at-home order. The city will enter a Phase 1 reopening tomorrow. Overseas, European leaders proposed a $2 trillion recovery package with more than $800 billion available now and the remainder spread over the next 6 fiscal years. Oh my goodness. The package is comparable in size to the U.S. stimulus package, which wasn't spread out over future years. Well, we have a much bigger area to cover. More people, probably. The European Union has the second largest economy in the world behind the U.S. Separately, 80% of Americans surveyed in a new AP NORC poll believe a vaccine against the coronavirus will be available by the end of 2021. But only about half said they would take it once available. Another 30% said they were unsure. I'm unsure. And when something is tested and brought out so quickly, you never know what kind of kinks it might have. Have more questions? Check out our expert-curated coronavirus resource page. Hong Kong's status in jeopardy. The U.S. no longer considers Hong Kong to be an autonomous region independent of China, Secretary of State Mike Pompeo announced yesterday. What the fuck? Spurred by a congressionally mandated annual review, the move sets the stage for the removal of Hong Kong's special trade status with the U.S. What the fuck? The decision comes in response to a broad national security bill being considered by Beijing outlawing seditious activity in Hong Kong. Why would we want to endorse that? Critics say the bill is meant to silence dissent, and why would we want to endorse that? The region, the world's 35th largest economy, despite being smaller than Rhode Island, has had a fraught relationship with mainland China since being returned by the British in 1997. Its independent relations with the West have been challenged by Chinese President Xi Jinping, seeking to reign in the territory. Meanwhile, pro-democracy demonstrations in Hong Kong continued yesterday as legislators debated a provision outlawing ridicule of the Chinese national anthem. At least 360 people were arrested. Locust swarms hit India. India has become the latest country to deal with suffocating swarms of locusts, with billions of the bugs descending into western parts of the country over the past week. Break out the flamethrowers. East African nations have been ravaged by the current outbreak, which began in October 2018 after a tropical storm in the Red Sea created favorable breeding conditions. Just fucking burn them all. Flamethrowers. Somebody send them flamethrowers. The migratory bugs are voracious eaters, consuming their own body weight in food each day. Individual swarms may contain more than 300 million insects per square mile. Scenes from some cities appear biblical at times. Reports indicate almost 125,000 acres of crops in India have been destroyed already. Well, if you burn the fuckers with flamethrowers, then that will also fertilize your cropland for next year. You'll have the best crop you've ever had. The invasion, India's worst in 25 years, follows a deadly cyclone last week and comes as coronavirus cases continue to increase across the country. The capital of Delhi is also under a blistering heat wave with temperatures nearing 120 degrees Fahrenheit yesterday. Oh my goodness. India is having an apocalypse. The Motley Fool. Henry? No, not Henry. Henry! High earner, not rich yet. And you may be one, regardless of what your name actually is. Despite earning a large income, are you struggling to amass any meaningful nest egg for the future? Well, our friends at the Motley Fool can help. Since 1993, they've provided investment advice helping members build the financial future they envision for themselves. And to kickstart your 2020 financial goals, they're offering 5 of their favorite stock picks for free. You may be a Henry, but the key word is yet. You can do it, and the Motley Fool can help. Get 5 free stock picks, all priced under $50, in their 5 growth stocks under $49 report. Check it out now. Please support our sponsors. In the Know. Sports, entertainment, and culture. Walt Disney World's Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom to reopen July 11th. All Disney parks have been closed since March 15th due to the coronavirus panic. Due to the coronavirus panic. Not the actual coronavirus. Jamie Foxx defends late-night host Jimmy Fallon following Fallon's apology for performing in blackface during a Saturday Night Live skit in 2000. Good for you, Jamie Foxx. Larry Kramer, Tony and Emmy Award-winning playwright, author, and AIDS activist, dies at 84. Did he die of AIDS? Was it AIDS? Science and technology. Historic NASA SpaceX launch delayed due to bad weather. Rescheduled for Saturday at 3:22 p.m. Eastern Time with a backup of Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Genetic analysis suggests sustained transmission of the coronavirus in the U.S. was initiated by a single person in mid-February, a month after the first identified case. Are we all going to hate on this one person now? Researchers capture rarely heard vocalizations of narwhals recorded during seasonal migration near Greenland. Sounds include clicks, songs, and buzzes. Okay, I want to listen to the narwhals. With the help of Inuit hunters, as the narwhals summered in a Greenland fjord. That's nice. Okay, let's listen. It sounds like a drill. So not only does a narwhal look like a drill, it also sounds like a drill. I realized working in the area and not paying attention to the elephant in the room, the key endemic legendary Arctic unicorn just flowing around our glacier, was a big mistake, he said. I was studying the sounds made by melting glaciers. That's a weird thing to be studying. Okay. Business and markets. Brought to you by The Ascent. U.S. stock markets up, S&P 500 up 1.5%, Dow up 2.2%, Nasdaq up 0.8%. On continued economic revival hopes, S&P 500 passes 3,000 for first time since March. Yay! Boeing to slash 12,000 jobs amid pandemic market conditions. Restarts limited production of 737 MAX. Why? Just move on from something. Move on from that. Do something else. Despite planes still being grounded following 2 fatal crashes. Exactly! Just move the fuck on. It's not going well. General Electric to sell 129-year-old lighting division founded by Thomas Edison to smart home provider Savant Systems. Plan now, travel later with a credit card offering insane travel bonuses. Multiply your points with dining and grocery stores, then redeem for your dream vacation when you're ready to travel again. Ad. Politics and world affairs. At least one person dies as protests continue in Minneapolis following the death of 46-year-old George Floyd, killed while being taken into police custody. How did they... Why? People should not be dying just because they're... Yeah. Trump directs Justice Department to investigate civil rights violations in case. University of Connecticut student believed to have killed 2 people. If people are dying during your protest, then you're doing it wrong. University of Connecticut student believed to have killed 2 people caught in Maryland after multi-state week-long manhunt. Good for them. Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, otherwise known as FISA, reauthorization in jeopardy after President Trump, Republicans, and progressive Democrats rallying against it. Trump will reportedly sign executive order on social media companies, follows Twitter applying a fact-check label to 2 Trump tweets. Yeah, because they fact-checked it wrong, because they just didn't like what it said. In depth, the remaking of Steve Buscemi. From GQ. One of the film industry's most accomplished actors, Steve Buscemi is in a position to pick his next project, but following the untimely death of his wife last year, so he's single. The Hollywood Misfit opens up about anxiety, loss, and hard work. I like Steve Buscemi. The Great Koala Rescue Operation. From the Smithsonian. In the aftermath of Australia's devastating brushfires, and with much of the world consumed by the pandemic, consumed by the panic of the pandemic. A group of dedicated conservationists is focused on saving the country's kangaroo island, one koala at a time. Well, what about the kangaroos? Who's gonna save the kangaroos? Little Joey needs some saving. Excellent historical returns, no jargon. The Motley Fool was founded by brothers Tom and David Gardner out of their garage in Alexandria, Virginia. Since then, they've grown remarkably, thanks in part to some life-changing stock recommendations. Some highlights. Netflix in 2004, up 24,042%. Amazon in 2002, up 16,216%. Tom's average recommendation, 190% returns. David's average recommendation, 659% returns. Damn. Tom, you gotta catch up. Today they're giving away their 5 growth stocks under $49 for free. Just click here. All returns current as of 5/21/2020. Etc. The coronavirus reconnects a nurse with a firefighter who saved her life. Dr. Beach ranks America's best beaches for 2020. Something tells me Dr. Beach is not a real doctor. All of the world's money and markets in a single visualization. The U.S. Navy can now shoot down drones with lasers. With video. Ooh. Anxious, travel-hungry Americans are buying up COVID campers. Good for them. Lickable screen recreates any flavor you may desire. NASA engineer builds a Ninja Warrior course for squirrels. Stunning aerial photos capture precise farmland designs. Clickbait. Bigfoot puts his California home up for sale. History book. Native American athlete Jim Thorpe born, 1887. Volkswagen founded in Germany, 1937. Happy birthday singer Gladys Knight, 1944. PLO, the Palestine Liberation Organization, is founded in Jerusalem, 1964. Rest in peace poet and civil rights activist Maya Angelou, 2014. You may not control all the events that happen to you, but you can decide not to be reduced by them. Maya Angelou. Enjoy reading. Forward this email to a friend. And that's all. Thank you for watching.